Years ago when I started here at this school to succeed Ken Burmeister, I had a lot of hair. It was brown and I could see. 14 years later, the hair is going, what's left is turning gray, and I need glasses. And you wonder why high school principals are in demand today. Seriously, I've said it before and I will say it every day. I think I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world to be principal of this school. With this staff, with these kids, incredible. And I know I'm lucky. But I'm trying to figure out what to say to these people tonight, and after 14 years, I'm kind of running out of new things. But let me try. You've probably gotten a lot of advice in the last week. Graduation cards with certain sentiments on the inside. They probably say something along the lines of, make sure you set your goals high. Make sure you pursue your dreams, and the one that I really like. Now that you're entering the real world, like somehow high school isn't the real world, I think all of us who are in high schools every day know that it's certainly the real world, and it's a challenge every day for students and staff and everybody else. So I'm going to give you tonight maybe a little bit of untraditional advice. And that is, as you leave here and go on to the next stage of your life, I want you to make sure that you take that little kid in you with you. Don't you dare leave that little kid in you behind. And I'm telling you this not because I've been successful in following this advice, but maybe even more so because I think there have been a lot of times I haven't done it right. And so I would say to you, there are some things about that little kid that you want to make sure you never lose. Never lose that little kid enthusiasm. You remember how when you were little, everything was exciting to you? You couldn't wait to do things. It didn't matter what it was, but it was exciting. Make sure every day, the rest of your life, you feel that same way. Make sure that you never lose that little kid inquisitiveness. If you talk to your parents tonight, I guarantee you they will tell you that you went through a stage of your life when your favorite word, maybe your only word that you uttered for 3 months in a row, was why. And once in a while you may have punctuated it with why not. Don't lose that. Don't stop asking why. And don't stop asking why not. The issues are bigger, the problems may be bigger, but don't ever lose that questioning. Always ask why, and always ask why not. And if you see a situation that's not as good as it should be, and you ask why is it that way, then step in there and try to change it. Don't ever lose that little kid's sense of wonder and discovery. You remember the first time you saw a butterfly? You wondered, what is that? And how does that fly? You remember the first time you jumped in the water? And it was wet, and it was cold, and it was so good. But sometimes, as you get older, it's easy to lose that sense of wonder and discovery. And you start to take things for granted. You start to take people for granted. You start to take the beauty of the world around you for granted. Don't lose that little kid's sense of wonder. Don't lose that little kid's willingness to try new things. When you were a little kid, nothing scared you. You were willing to try anything. But as we get older, we get more self-conscious. We get a little more worried about what other people may think. And we get a little more afraid to take some chances. Now, I'm not saying to take reckless chances, but I am saying don't be afraid to try new things. Last summer, I surprised my daughters. I surprised myself. I went parasailing. It wasn't a big deal, but I didn't think I'd do it, but I loved it. And when I was over, I asked myself, you know, you almost didn't do it. Don't be afraid to try new things, and don't feel you have to wait until the circumstances are exactly perfect before you try something new, because the circumstances will never be perfect. But still try something new. And finally, don't lose that little kid's love of your family. When you were little, Mom and Dad could do no wrong. And isn't it amazing how as you've grown older, they've grown more stupid? I want you to get back to that little kid's sense of love for your family and appreciation for all that they do for you, and never lose that. Because in a few years, you're going to be the parents and you're going to have the kids. And make sure that you love your kids.
You hear that?
Make sure that you love your kids.
Even the adopted ones.
The last thing I will say tonight to you is that probably in the last 5 years or so, you can't pick up an educational journal and even newspapers, even locally. We have heard time and time and time again that you need to be competitive. You need to be competitive with the other graduates around the country. You need to be competitive with the other graduates from around the world. The world is shrinking and you need to be competitive, and no one would argue with that. That is absolutely true. You are in competition right now with graduates from all over the world. And I want to tell you, I am extremely confident. I have no doubts in my mind as you leave here tonight that you are indeed competitive. But the funny thing, the strange thing, the difficult thing about competitiveness is that it never stays the same. Being competitive today doesn't make you competitive next year. If you don't keep learning, you will quickly lose ground. So stay competitive and stay learning. But I want you to think about some things that don't change as much as competitiveness changes. It will do you no good to be competitive if you're not honest. It will do you no good to be competitive if you're not trustworthy. It will do you no good to be competitive if you lack integrity. And it will do you no good to be competitive if you lack kindness. I urge you as you leave here to make sure that you strive not only to be competitive, but you strive to maintain those eternal truths that will stand the test of time. As you leave here tonight, I think you are joining a very select and fortunate group. You are joining a group of 37 classes before you who have been proud to call themselves graduates of Corning East High School. I urge you to take that pride with you. I hope you share that pride of being a graduate of East High School. And I want you to know that the faculty and the staff of this school join me in wishing you all the best. You have been a wonderful, wonderful class. You have contributed mightily to this school. We will miss you. We urge you to come back and see us. And we wish you Godspeed on your journey. Thank you very much.